Okay, good afternoon. Welcome to All About Animals. I am Sherry Gratitor, and I am honored today to be with a group of kids who have given up a week of their summer for Camp I Care, which is the summer camp here at Save a Pet. We're going to get them all on so that every one of them gets a little airtime here, but I do want to start with two who are just a little uncomfortable talking on camera, and we'd like them to introduce themselves so that at least their parents get to see them and know that they're really here. Okay, so who did we have who didn't want to talk? What is your name?
My name's Emma.
Last name?
Guasta.
Okay. You want to say something or not?
No.
No. Okay. We had one more over here who said, I don't want to talk.
My name is Kevin Hans.
And now your parents will see you and your friends will see you and they'll know what you did with this week of summer. So I think we're going to start here, run down here, and I'm going to give each of you the microphone and you're going to hand it to the next person. Okay? So grab the microphone, hold it up. First your name, please.
I'm Melissa Filson, and I wanted to spend my summer break here because my dog died about 3 years ago, and I wanted to get another one. So I wanted to interact with other animals too. So that's why I wanted to come.
How does it make you feel to be here?
It made me feel better about my dog that died because it's like I get to take care of another animal and help them too.
And love them. Yes.
And love them, yeah.
Okay, and two more. If you could imagine yourself, picture yourself being a dog or a cat coming into the shelter, how do you think you'd feel?
If I were a dog or a cat at a shelter, I would feel kind of sad and abandoned, but also kind of lucky that someone brought me to a place that they would take care of me.
And if there were a message you wanted to give to people?
You should take care of other animals and not just leave them. So you should take care of them like someone would take care of you.
Thank you. And pass the microphone down.
I'm Summer Ray, and I chose to spend my summer here at Save a Pet because I feel that every animal deserves a second chance and that they shouldn't be left out on the streets or anything just because their owner didn't want them or couldn't have them anymore.
Okay. And if you were a dog or cat coming into the shelter, what do you think you'd feel like?
I'd feel lost and scared and kind of confused because I didn't know why I was here and just thrown into a kennel with a bunch of other dogs. And I'd be glad that I got...
Turn it off. Excuse me, whatever that is. Yeah, keep going.
And I'd be glad that I finally got somewhere that people would take care of me.
Okay, if you had a message that you wanted to send, what would it be?
If you for some reason have to move or someone in your family becomes allergic to an animal, don't just throw it out on the streets or leave it somewhere. At least there's places like Save a Pet where they can go and be happier.
I'm Kimberly Cochran.
A little louder, dear. I didn't hear it.
I'm Kimberly Cochran.
Okay, Kim.
I chose to spend my summer here because most animals have homes where they're loved and taken care of, but here they don't have family members and they're in small cages. So I wanted to take them out and help them feel loved and learn to love others.
Could you imagine how it felt being a dog or a cat coming in?
I think it would be pretty sad because they were I want to say tortured sometimes, but they were neglected, some of them, and others they were brought here because their family couldn't take care of them, but they still would be sad and everything. So it takes time to get used to others and learn to trust again.
And a message. Some message that everybody's going to hear.
If you have a pet, take care of it and pretend it's like a person because they have feelings and they need attention and to be taken care of like a person.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ryan Ray, and I chose to spend my summer here because there are a lot of animals here that are actually really nice, but most people don't realize this. And I want to help them get adopted and learn to be around people more and get used to people for the animals that were mostly alone.
Okay.
And
Can you picture yourself as an animal coming into a shelter?
It would be really it would be really stressful to see all these animals at the same time that just were there, and it would be I would be scared. And
And what kind of a message can you send?
most people, when they think about a shelter, they think about animals that are like mean or neglected, but there are a lot of animals here that are actually really nice, but most people don't realize this. And they're really nice and they need to be adopted, and they're just really good pets.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kelsey Whalen, and I chose to spend my summer here because I like helping animals, and I feel bad for them that they don't have a home. Or if they did have a home, they don't have one anymore. And a lot of the dogs and cats are really nice, but maybe in their kennel they're just scared or they're barking and you don't get to see that they're nice. And if I were a dog or a cat coming in the shelter, I'd be happy and sad. I'd be happy that I have a place to kind of go and have people taking care of me, but I also feel sad because I'm not like in a home with a bunch of people. And one message I would give is probably spay or neuter your animals, because the more animals that aren't spayed or neutered, a lot of them puppies or dogs or cats end up in shelters, and that's a couple more animals that don't have a home, that they're on the street.
Good for you.
I'm Sophie Yunker, and I chose to spend a week of my summer here because I love being with animals, and I think that they should have more people to spend time with them. If I was a dog or cat here, I'd feel sad that I don't have a home, but happy that someone decided to take me in and care for me for a while. And
A message?
a message I would give would be that you should love every animal, because no matter what type of breed they are, they're still different and in their own way.
I'm Megan Paulo, and I decided to spend my summer here because I think that every animal should feel that someone out there actually does love them and care for them. And if I was a dog or cat coming here, I would feel scared and maybe just a little stressed because there's a bunch of dogs that you don't know, that you're in a new place. And a message that I would like to get out is, if you're going to adopt a dog or cat, go to a shelter and think through your decision, because we don't need more dogs and cats on the streets and in shelters.
Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to head for this table. You get first go.
Okay. I'm Jillian Betke, and I decided to spend a part of my summer at Save a Pet because I feel like it's nice to get the animals outside and exercised, and for them to have a friend to spend a few hours a day with, and for them to get better with kids so they have a better chance of getting adopted. And if I were a dog or cat in the shelter, I would feel hopeful for my forever family to come adopt me someday, and happy that Save a Pet or the shelters have volunteers that help take care of me. And my message to people is that if you're looking to adopt an animal, then come to the shelters, because they have a lot of dogs and cats that are looking for their forever families.
Hi, I'm Marley Watson, and the reason that I wanted to spend a week here was because my brother volunteered for Save a Pet 3 years ago, and when I saw him come back, he was so happy, and I wanted to be able to have the same experience. And if I were a cat or dog here, I would probably feel frightened at first that I didn't have a home and that I was in a brand new place. But I'd be glad that I had friends around me and that I would be able to get adopted. And a message I would like to share is, when the commercials for dogs and cats come on the TV, we often feel guilty and push them to the back of our minds because we don't want to know that there are cats and dogs being abused or neglected, and that there is something we can do to help them. Even just donating a bag of dog or cat food or a toy or two helps a lot.
Thank you.
I'm Lauren. I'm Lauren Heinrich, and I spent my summer vacation volunteering at Save a Pet because I have a big passion for animals, and I have a lot of animals at home, and if I was an animal coming in here, I kind of feel a little happy that I'm not in a home being abused, but I'd also be a little upset that I'm not in a loving home, but I would feel that maybe one day I would. And a message to say is if if you ever want to adopt one, really think about it, because if you're going to adopt one and abuse it, there's no point because it can go to a really loving home. And
Hi, my name's Zach, and I'm having a fundraiser on October 26th, 2013. And I would like to thank you for letting me be on TV. And I'm going to be selling T-shirts. We're going to have raffles, prizes, all that fun stuff. And
Tell them where it is.
it's at Save a Pet. And we're going to have a costume show and and we're going to be selling food, and it's going to be fun. Last year I had a fundraiser and raised $3,000. This year my goal is $5,000, and I hope every dog gets a home.
Thank you. And it won't happen without your cooperation and your help. Now, would you like to just introduce yourself, sweetheart?
My name is Misha Rodell, and I decided to come here for Save a Pet for a week of my summer vacation because I really love animals and I wanted to help them. If I were a dog or cat coming here, I would feel really nervous and scared and confused because I wouldn't know what was happening, and I wouldn't understand why it was happening either. And a message that I would like to get out to the public is that don't buy animals on impulse, because they're not just cute little stuffed animals that you can just throw out the window or throw in the trash if you get bored with them, because they're living things and they have feelings too. And impulse buys are the main reason why we have so many animals in shelters or on the streets today. And I think that this is a really big problem that really needs to be addressed. And the only way that that can happen is if people just think before they act.
Thank you very much. And now you all see why I'm so honored to be with these kids. This is a group of loving, dedicated, wonderful kids who care about the environment, care about these animals, and really work quite hard to make the animals know what it means to be loved and to be cared for. We are now going to show you some of the animals that are here for adoption.